welcome to TranquiliGeek's first ever video post. You'll have to forgive my lack of videography skills because I used all of them in making the intro. And you'll also have to forgive the fact that I suck at memorizing long monologues, so I'll keep looking up at my notes throughout this. I like to think of it as charming DIY instead of just crappy video making. As mentioned in the introduction slide, this video series is titled TranquiliGeek Goes Fathead. I imagine you're wondering what the hell I mean by that. In case you haven't heard of it, Fathead is a documentary by comedian Tom Naughton, who started out debunking Morgan Spurlock's Super Size Me, and ended up providing a decent education on how nutrition works. The bottom line, put far, far too simply, is that carbohydrates turn to sugar in your bloodstream, requiring your body to work harder and harder to deal with them until you end up becoming insulin resistant. We'll go over that in much more detail later on in other posts. But anyway, especially if you're already insulin resistant, a low-carb diet is a far healthier choice for you than the guidelines that are pushed by most mainstream nutrition experts. This video is going to be the first in a series about me going low-carb and how it affects both how I feel physically and my mental state. It's partly inspired by a particularly low time for me in my depression cycle over the past few weeks. In case you haven't read my About page, I have clinical depression. It's not helped by the fact that I've been steadily gaining weight over the past my whole adult life. So this eating plan is kind of a way for me to kill two birds with one stone. Now, I need to pause here for just a minute and digress, but digression is one of my major talents, so it might be more than a minute. Anyway, I want to make it clear that while I'm happy to have a discussion about food and nutrition in the comments section, I'm absolutely not interested in being told how unhealthy my choice of eating plan is. I know that low carb, especially extreme forms of it like Atkins, which is not what I'm doing, mine is more just of a restricted carb plan, but it's a hugely controversial subject, like most diet plans are. And hell, years ago I'd have been right there with you, pointing at those loony Atkins followers and then lumping them together with vegetarians on my list of people to feel sorry for. Oh, the poor dears, they don't know how dumb it is to cut out a whole food group. But, and this is a big but because I'm a big girl, I'd like to remind those of you who might disagree with me that we're all grown-ups here, and we have fully functioning brains. I appreciate that those of you who are close to me might be worried about my well-being, but please trust that I've done my homework on this. While I was inspired to research low-carb after watching Fathead, I didn't base my entire decision to change the way that I eat based on a movie. I actually, read and stuff. So if you want to see some of the things I learned, you can check out the reading list I've included in the video description and below this video on my blog if you're watching it there. And now that that's out of the way, why the heck am I talking about a new eating plan on a stress relief blog? Well, because I think it's entirely relevant. Nutrition plays a big role in how you handle stress. If you're not feeding your brain the right things, you're likely to go into meltdown instead of being able to weather the occasional storm in your life. I also think body image has a huge role in how you handle stress, because it has a huge role in how you view yourself overall. If you're not happy with what you see in the mirror, you're probably going to indulge in a lot of negative self-talk, which will make you more prone to bad stress responses. And as I'm fond of reminding my regular readers, the worse you handle stress and the more chronic stress you experience, the more likely you are to suffer from physical effects of stress, which can be pretty nasty. So that's why TranquiliGeek is talking about food and nutrition. In future posts and videos, we'll go a little deeper into why I was convinced to go low carb, how nutrition affects your brain, mood, and stress response, and some other goodies. Again, please feel free to discuss in the comments, so long as you're not telling me or anyone else how to eat. Remember, grown-ups. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.